Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Johnny T. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to create, to record, and edit your podcast from your phone or right from your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Go ahead now. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
The Fury is a queer love story set in the midst of the Fury Gang's recent upheaval. After her girlfriend is revealed to be an undercover cop, Electo, the boss of the vigilante group The Fury, is fighting to make sure her empire doesn't crumble around her. The Fury's recent troubles have put a target on their backs, and it's up to Electo and her trusted inner circle to ensure the gang's empire survives. But in such a tense situation, is there also room to love again? The Fury is a queer fiction audio drama set in a world that unfairly discriminates against people of color, the queer community, women, the poor, and the disabled. Like we said, fiction. And right now, y'all just prepare for the Fury audio drama to be released. You can follow them on Twitter, the Fury Pod. And upon its release, you're going to hear a familiar voice in this. So y'all get ready. It's coming later in 2020. And I'm ready for it. Live, love, and be free. Let's get into the show.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey, what's up, family? Happy birthday to me and to the Black Trans and Beautiful podcast. I am so excited to be back. The last few months have been a whirlwind, and I'm glad to be back with you all. I needed to take a hiatus to focus on my mental health and to focus on me spiritually, and just to regroup after a successful run of the last entry of Black Trans and Beautiful. So very, very grateful. So much has happened. I am now a single person. I also had to cut some people out of my life, and I don't regret that decision at all. However, I'm grateful and thankful for life, health, and strength. And today, I know it's a little bit earlier than my birthday. My birthday and the birthday of this podcast is on March the 15th. Yes, beware the Ides of March approacheth. And to celebrate 3 years of being such a fabulous podcast and fabulous way of getting word out to people, I decided to do something different. And what I am doing is doing an audio drama. This is special for me because I have only had UnWanted on my Ko-Fi and Patreon pages. Now, if you want it before the chapters are released on this podcast, you're going to have to go to Patreon or Ko-Fi. The links are in my show notes. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, BTransBPodcast. And you can also find me on Instagram. I recently changed that Instagram for the podcast to BTB Podcast Inc. That's BTB Podcast Inc. And again, I am grateful. Thank you all for your love and support on my YouTube channel as well. Without further ado, here is UnWanted. And we're picking up on chapter 1. You've already heard the prelude of UnWanted. So let's get into it, everybody. So you've heard the prelude to this little story about love. Well, it's how things have changed between AJ and I. I want to share the remaining parts of the story. Now, it's complicated. It really is. But I do honestly believe that everything works out for good. I just hate that it had to be my heart involved. But Topaz James is a survivor, and she is going to win. But with the help of my friends and my family, your girl is going to survive. There's no doubt about it. But you know, this is one soap opera ass life story, honey. Enough about my problems. Let's get into the story. That's what you all came here for, isn't it? Now, don't forget to support my girl, Yani. She's put her heart and soul in making sure that I'm able to tell my story. So leave her a review, follow her, and show some love and share it with a friend. Let's support our Black queer creatives. So, y'all, let's go on into the rest of this story. The tea cannot wait. The 9th month of our relationship began in mid-April. It was a nice, crisp spring day. I would never forget it. The weather was making that transition from cold to warm, with a little bit of winter still in the air. And AJ and I had planned a great dinner at my place, full of rosé, Moscato, cheesecake, pot roast, vegetables, and our favorite movies. He had called me earlier that day while he was on his lunch break. Hey babe, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary to you as well, babe. I got you a gift. I have something special for you as well, babe. Okay, babe, I can't wait to see you. How is work going? It's going alright, babe. You know, work is work. Make that money, babe. Ain't nothing like a black man working. There you go, babe. But look, my lunch break is almost over. I'm gonna hit you back, alright? See you at 7:30. Okay, babe. Love you. Love you too. I never thought that me, as a trans woman who felt like that she didn't quite pass, would find love. But I did. And it was going on 9 months strong. So I began cooking and cleaning and picking out my dinner outfit and planning what I was going to wear for the dessert activities, if you know what I mean. It dawned on me that at 6:45 I hadn't heard from AJ. So I called him. That's odd, I thought.
Voice message system. 0, 1,
I'm getting nothing but
2,
voicemail
3,
right now.
4, 5, 6,
I figured
7,
he would call me
9.
if he was running late from work or if something had happened. Then I figured he must have been in the shower. He only lived 15 minutes away. He wasn't like Chad. He didn't stand me up repeatedly like Chad did. And he didn't lie and cheat on me with every living, breathing thing that had a mouth and a hole. But nonetheless, I left him a voicemail. Hey babe, just making sure that you're alright. Call me when you get this message. Can't wait to see you. If you're running late, just call or text me, okay? Not long after that, I got a text message. Hey babe, just want to let you know, I need to get something off of my chest. I text him back. We'll talk about it when you get here. You won't see me tonight, babe. You won't see me ever again. When I met you, I thought I could manage dating a trans woman such as yourself. But I realized I can't date a trans woman. Not a trans woman like you. still love you, but right now, I need to be alone. Much love. Stay positive. Keep your head up and keep creating your dreams. This had to be some sick joke. So I tried to call him again. And it just rang and rang and rang. I didn't know what to do. My heart was confused and I wanted to cry. I wanted to break stuff. I couldn't call Charla. I refused to call Tennille or Denzel. I imagined them laughing at me like Carrie. I felt that I was Carrie in her white dress as pig's blood drenched her soul. Numbly, I walked into my kitchen and I grabbed the Moscato and Rosé and opened them both. I threw away the pot roast that I had been cooking just for him since that was his favorite. I threw the cheesecake in the floor and I began to fix myself a nice hot bubble bath. Surely this hot bubble bath would wake me up from the nightmare that was ensuing in the depths of my soul, in the depths of my entire being. Was this really real, what was happening? I stayed in the bathtub listening to Aretha Franklin, It Hurts Like Hell, because I was hurting like hell. My phone was still in the place where I left it on the floor. I drank so much that I didn't wake up till the next morning. My eyes were wet with tears. I couldn't stop crying uncontrollably. Surely this was a nightmare that I had endured. Was it justified? The next morning I got up and I didn't want to be bothered. Sat there and I just sat on the side of my bed, replaying the moments of the night before. I had lost the love of my life. And he had the audacity to say a trans woman like me. What did he mean, a trans woman like me? Now I know that I didn't pass like some of the other girls. I knew that there were certain things that weren't deemed desirable about me. I was a thin girl, yet talented. And, you know, I never knew that this would come to this. I thought surely, this was my fault. I thought surely that he loved me regardless. And then my phone rang. And I didn't know what to do. It was Charla. And I didn't want to tell her what happened, but I just had to get what was in my soul out. Couldn't find the words to say. So I answered the phone. Hello.
Hey girl, rise and shine.
Hey girl, what's up?
Nothing much, you alright girl?
I'm okay, girl. I just woke up.
Are you sure? Cause you sound like you've been
No, I haven't been crying. I haven't been crying.
Don't lie to me, girl. What's going on? I know you.
Girl, AJ broke up with me last night.
Say what? He did what?
Yes, he did. He did it via text message.
That bastard.
We were supposed to have date night last night.
I know.
I had cooked this extravagant meal.
All his favors, I bet.
I was cooking his favorite pot roast. Made cheesecake, and
Girl.
it all went from sugar to shit within minutes.
Girl, just come on out, girl.
Girl, I'm just gonna stay home. I don't want to go to brunch today.
We'll bring it to you then.
No, y'all don't have to do that. Y'all don't have to do that.
Girl, no. You're going through it right now.
Girl, I just need to be left alone.
You do not need to be left alone right now. You need the support of your girls and your friends.
Are you sure, Charlotte?
Girl, it is not a problem. We're gonna look out for you.
Y'all don't have to do that.
Girl, shut up. Now get your ass in the shower and
Okay.
stop crying.
Let me get in the shower.
Okay, then.
Love you, girl.
I love you too. Don't let that man get you down.
Okay. So I climbed into the shower in my bedroom, grabbed my favorite pomegranate scented body wash. I took a shower, but it was tear stained. I was wondering what became of a broken heart. At that moment, I felt like I could never love again. Will Topaz be able to recover from the heartbreak? Will the company of friends do her any good? Be sure to stay tuned for the next episode of UnWanted